Hello everyone, welcome to my Car Review 2025 official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. There are milligram models out there that are more technologically advanced, and there are MGS that are more affordable for Australians, but no other milligram model is more important for the brand than the fresh-faced milligram HS medium-sized SUV. It reinserts into Australia's most popular buying category that's filled with the likes of the Mitsubishi Outlander, Kia Sportage, Nissan X-Trail, and Toyota RAV4, but it's sporting a price tag with a significant discount on those established models. Last year Milligram also upgraded its warranty to a tantalizing 10-year plan, arguably one of the best offerings on the market considering rival manufacturers Mitsubishi and Nissan place the stipulation that you need to service within their respective dealer networks to extract the full 10-year arrangement. In any case, with low-price servicing and simple drive-away pricing, the Milligram HS appears to be shaping up as a compelling option for families that continue to face a cost-of-living pinch. The 2025 milligrams HS range starts from $33,990 drive-away, which is the Vibe variant on test here, but spend more money and you can upgrade to the Excite or Essence variants. Its model range tops out at $40,990 drive-away, still far below the cost you'd pay for an equivalent Kia Sportage GT Line petrol, Toyota RAV4 Edge Hybrid, and Nissan X-Trail TL. Initially, petrol-only powertrains make up the model range. However, a plug-in hybrid and plug-less hybrid variants are expected in 2025. Prices are up by between $400 and $700 compared to the final run-out drive-away prices for the previous Milligram HS, but the increases are offset by additional equipment in what is a whole new car. Each variant gets LED headlights, a power-adjustable driver's seat, and 12.3-inch screens running the infotainment and digital instrument cluster, plus wired Android Auto and Apple CarPlay connectivity. Power is supplied by a new version of the 1.5-litre turbocharged four-cylinder petrol engine that was used in its predecessor, now outputting 125 kilowatts and 275 Nm. There is no all-wheel drive variant available, all cars are front-wheel drive. The Milligram HS uses a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. The cabin of the entry-level Milligram HS Vibe is a no-frills place to be, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's because the space is functional, feels sturdy, and offers enough in the way of practicality and amenity. The driver and front passenger sit on a pair of cloth-upholstered seats that have a comfy base, but ultimately lack side support to keep you in tight through corners. There is plenty of room in the first row for the driver to get comfortable, an easy adjustment between the seats and the steering wheel to get a good driving position. Materials used inside the cabin are decent quality. There's red stitching around the seats, center console and dashboard, and glossy inlay panels cover the dashboard. Cooling down the cabin on a hot day seemed to be a tall order for the HS. The system lacked properly cool air, and the adjustment of the system was tricky given the controls were buried within the infotainment screen. There's good storage about the center console. There are twin cup holders in front of the gear selector, a center console compartment, and glove box. There are twin USB-A ports to connect devices. I'm surprised they weren't updated to USB-C throughout the new model launch. Room in the second row is comfortable for tall adults with ample headroom and good knee room behind my own driving position. I'm 194 centimeters tall and found it a spacious second row side to side too. A fold-down center armrest houses a pair of cup holders. Milligram says the HS fits 507 liters worth of storage in the boot. This compares as mediocre with rivals such as the Nissan X-Trail, Kia Sportage, and Hyundai Tucson, which all claim around 580 L of space. Fold down the rear seats and that space expands to 1484 L. The Milligram HS's twin 12.3-inch displays are housed within a singular panel. It's a good size in that they're available from the base variant, whereas many competitors' screens will start below 10 inches. In any case, the functionality of the system is simple and without flair. There are shortcuts alongside the right side of the screen to skip between phone, audio, and settings, for example, while the home screen shows air conditioning controls and phone connectivity. There's a button below the screen to jump back to the main menu, but there is no dedicated shortcut to get to the air conditioning controls. This is super annoying. The driver's display shows information such as the speedometer, trip data, and the adaptive cruise control system. The display can't be changed with different graphics or screens, and the overall presentation is about information rather than customization. Important functions such as Apple CarPlay or Android Auto connectivity are covered off, though only through a cable. This base-spec Milligram HS misses out on native satellite navigation and Milligram iSmart connected services found in the Excite and Essence grades. The Milligram HS was awarded a 5-star ANCAP safety rating in August 2024. This is applicable to all petrol variants. It earned individual scores of 90% for adult occupant protection, 87% for child occupant protection, 83% for vulnerable road users, and 74% for safety assistance systems. The Milligram Pilot collection of safety assistance technology is applied to all model grades in the HS range, including the entry-level Vibe specification. This is good for the most part. It includes helpful systems such as autonomous emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, rear cross-traffic alert and lane assistance. However, other systems don't help the driver stay safe on the roads. A particular call-out goes to the driver monitoring system that uses a camera to detect inattention. I often turn my head to check what cars are in lanes behind me and will regularly look at the infotainment screen to change settings. But the car beeps and bonks and suggests that this is me not paying attention. This is counteractive. Likewise, the Milligram HS comes with traffic sign recognition that often picked the wrong speed limit and audibly alerted that I was going over speed, when in actual fact I wasn't. Further calibration for these active safety measures is needed to make driving the Milligram HS less annoying. The base model HS Vibe is fitted with a reverse camera, but all other grades are equipped with surround view 360-degree cameras. MGS now come with an impressive warranty that stretches 10 years or 250,000 kilometers, whichever of these milestones is reached first. The roadside assistance program continues for the full 10 years too, so long as buyers service within the Milligram network. Maintenance is required every 12 months or 15,000 kilometers, with 3 years coverage costing $1144 and 5 years priced at $2354. For the cheapest Vibe variant, insurance costs are $1901 for 12 months of coverage. This is a comparative quote for a 35-year-old male living in Chatswood, NSW. Insurance estimates may vary based on your location, driving history, and personal circumstances. In bad news for budget buyers, the Milligram HS can only accept a minimum of 95-octane petrol for its 55-liter fuel tank. This means fill-ups at the service station are going to be more expensive. Milligram suggests the HS returns a fuel consumption of 6.9 liters of petrol for every 100 kilometers driven. That's about average for a car of its size in terms of the claim, but it didn't equate in the real world throughout my testing. I found the Milligram HS Vibe to run at around 7.6 L 100 km over a week spent driving on freeways, suburban streets, and some country roads. The Milligram HS has come a long way in this generation, primarily with respect to its engine and gearbox. Milligram made changes with the dual-clutch transmission, changing it from a dry to a wet clutch design. The preceding unit felt jerky and gruff, but the updated 7-speed system is far more refined and shifts much smoother than before. The computers generally know when to exact a gear change, and kick-down throttle application is rewarded with decisive power to the ground. It's only in certain situations where the combination becomes unstuck, such as reversing up hills or maneuvering into a parking spot. Otherwise, the powertrain produces enough oomph to keep the mid-size SUV body out of trouble, whether you're driving it around town or overtaking on freeways. The 125 kilowatts per 275 Nm outputs don't stand out on paper, but there's enough of a turbocharged torque wave to ride so that quick overtakes or zips up to the speed limit aren't a tall order. That said, it's not accompanied by the nicest sound. It can whir like a hairdryer and carry on more than you'd expect. The ride comfort leans soft and floaty, and doesn't do a lot to help the feeling of wallowing through quicker corners. It's nice when you're rumbling over speed humps and absorbing impacts around town, but the body control at higher speeds isn't comfortable, and I ended up having to brace myself through bends. The Milligram HS is rated to tow 1,500 kilograms braked or 750 kilograms unbraked. It's not enough to tow a caravan, but a small trailer should be fine. On the whole, The Milligram HS experience is best summarized with a series of pros and cons. It starts off really affordable. At around $34,000 drive-away nationwide, there are few other cars in the country that can match the Milligram HS vibe for space, features, and comfort. It's affordable on servicing and is matched with a long 10-year warranty. You don't feel shortchanged in the way this car feels inside the cabin, either. It's easy to get comfortable and you're kept occupied with the included kit and features. The driving experience is not the most refined. The transmission can be jerky and the engine lacks refinement. Then comes the troublesome driver assistance technology. Overall, the entry-level Milligram HS vibe does very well for its price. But you'll have to come to terms with some annoying aspects. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.